Hello, everybody. Hello. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? What is this playlist? This playlist is the soundtrack that I composed for a game called Menace, which you can find on all the platforms if you really want to. It's a great. I think it's a great score. I think it's amazing. And it's not my wife laughing at me in the kitchen. It's not. How you doing, everyone? Can you hear me? You can hear me, yes. I think so. The mic is working. So I'm going to assume it's working. Juice my oranges. How you doing? What project are we resuming today? We're resuming a project that I started back in February. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of uplifting, you know, strings and synth. It's my thing, you know. But I think I was kind of a little bit sad about it because I don't know, it's feeling a little bit soppy. I don't know, like a little tacky kitsch. I don't know. But there's some good things in it, I think. So we're going to revisit it and maybe deconstruct it a bit and see where it goes today. We'll see what happens. Daniel, how you doing? Thank you. Glad you like it. Okay. That's the first time someone's been disappointed, Cuckoo. Is my music all MIDI? Yeah, it is graphics, yeah. To use orchestra? No, that's been a while anyway. Thank you. I'm glad I'm fooling you. But yes, I only use samples, all MIDI. Mostly because I think it'd be just a huge headache to get an orchestra involved. That said, there is stuff. So I do a little bit of work for Silver Screen. So it's like a record label. You might know them as London Music Works as well. They have they release a lot of stuff under there, and I do albums for them. So I've done a Zelda album, like arrangements of Zelda music, and I did an Elder Scrolls album, just released earlier this year. And there's little bits of that are actual recorded instruments. They've gone to the trouble of recording some solo cello and solo Hardanger fiddle, little things, a little bit of flute here and there. So it's like little things, but most of it, the big, you know, the whole orchestra sort of sound is still all MIDI. Still all MIDI. Live stream for the final exam. Nice. You got this, Middle Mouse. You got this. What subject? What is it? Gonna use some of my music for your alternate future of the world scenario. Oh, okay. Let's do it. I hope it's a better alternative. I hope it's a much more brighter one. Fingers crossed. The Long Dark is a hauntingly soothing and comforting. Yes. I agree. That was very. I think that was definitely one of my my outputs from Sweden. If you can't tell from the title and the vibe. Do you plan out your music to tell story or to see where it goes? Sometimes I do have a story in mind, but most of the time it's just me sort of feeling it out, almost finding a story. You know, like starting with just improvising and finding sounds that kind of spark a little bit of an idea in my head and then see where it goes. And then I feel like sometimes the story comes out of it. But then it's like one of these things where everyone has their own story when you hear it. So I'm not big on sort of enforcing my story on you, which is good. Which is the whole point of the library. It's like having music that you can tell your own story with, as opposed to me telling you this is exactly what the music means. You know what I mean? Keep it a little bit ambiguous. Round question, when you did music for a lot of Alan Beck stuff, did you use orchestra? Yes. Oh, no orchestra. Sorry. It's all MIDI. No, you hadn't said you don't anymore, but I hadn't for a while. No, so none of the work I've done for Alan, nor for the music for the library has any recorded instruments. It's all samples. It's all sampled instruments. It's all MIDI. So it's me and my computer clicking the keys and making the bloops. Yeah, that's all MIDI. Speaking of game storage files, did you send a business? I did send a business inquiry. Oh, I'm sorry, Juice. There's a lot of things I miss. If you could send, I've got a contact form on my website. So if you go to scottbuckley.com.au and there's a contact, it may have a better chance of getting my interest or getting my attention. Unless you've already done that, well, then I apologize if I haven't responded. Short answer is that I am relatively busy, but the sort of the end of the year is, I don't know, it's a little bit again ambiguous as to how busy I'll be. So if there's opportunities, I may be available. How can we see a previous video of you composing? Are they post anywhere? Yes. So if you go to my YouTube channel, these live streams are sort of shared both to Twitch and to YouTube. So if you go to YouTube channel, so youtube.com/Scott Buckley, or at Scott Buckley, I think. I don't know how they do it these days. If you go there and in the tab, there's like a tabs at the top of the page. There is a live tab, and you can click on that, and then all the live streams are there. At least for the ones that are most recent. There's a lot of, I used to stream years ago quite a lot more frequently. I don't so much these days, but you can go there and you can watch all the live stuff. I need to go back through them and actually, because there's a lot of tracks in there that are finished and have been released into the library, and I need to retitle those live streams so that you know what tracks I'm working on, so you can go back and actually watch how some of those tracks were made. It's one of those things I need to do. So I apologize, it's all a bit of a mess there at the moment. Still, everything looks kind of the same thumbnails and everything. I keep on getting emails from people saying that the live stream is gonna particularly constantly using the same thumbnails. It's gonna hurt my stream, my channel stats. It'll ruin the algorithm. I don't know. I'm just kind of doing my thing, you know. Let me know if the music's too loud. It's kind of intense pirate music right now. So Penguin YouTuber asked, do I take jobs to make custom soundtracks? I do. So obviously I work for Alan, and I've done some game scores in the last year or so. But I guess it really just depends on budget and availability. It's been a pretty busy year, so it's hard to sort of slot a lot of people in, unfortunately. How you been, by the way? How's everyone been? Are you all surviving at the moment? It's been a weird time. Bernia, were you pulling my leg when you said you were modeling soil samples, or was that for real? Is that for real? Are you now a soil scientist? Please confirm. Ignore me comment, reads that. Oh yeah, right, DB, sorry, I missed that. Oh yeah, so I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I got YouTube comments also showing up with Twitch comments. I don't know, at some point that was not a good thing, but I think it's fine now. I think it's okay. It's just the screen. It's fine. Should make my own version of Canon and D. That was actually one of my first, so funnily enough you said that, 23. One of my first ever MIDI creations was me making an arrangement of Canon and D. This would have been back in, the 1990s. But yeah, Canon and D. That's a throwback. I suppose I could make my own arrangement and put in the library, because it's actually kind of... Oh, I don't know, actually. The whole like using content ID for public domain works, that's a little bit strange. So I probably wouldn't do that. No. Becomes a bit problematic. Getting a doctorate in veterinary medicine, that's awesome, Middle Mouse. Very good. 80 questions stand between you and a 50% being done. Fingers crossed, buddy. You got this. You might want to look into Chinese movies using my music and not sharing credit. I'm not surprised, Cuckoo. It happens a lot, so... Yeah. There's only so much you can do. And that's the reason why like the content ID stuff is so important for me, because there's a lot of people who just do not do the right thing. But yeah, there's only so much you can do. So while I do enjoy washing your hands with soap, no, if you haven't got your PhD yet, okay. I've got to come up with a unique subject like the effects of bubblegum on elephants and tooth decay. I was joking, of course. Oh my God. I will literally take anything you say as truth. So, like, I'm so gullible. Come on. You do own a lab coat, though. That's amazing. I'm happy about that. I don't have one anymore. I left them all in Sweden. Freak, that's awesome. Freak Wicamp, I'm so happy. Thank you for using it. Juicy, thank you for the follow. Do you have set stream times or is it sporadic? My team wants to tune in when possible. Nice. I usually would stream once a week, and it's usually on a Tuesday morning Australian Standard Time. So I don't know, it's Monday night maybe for US folks, and then really late Monday night for people in the EU. So it's not really ideal for the EU folks, but yeah, I think I would. Yeah, I don't know, that's what it is. So usually it's Tuesday. We had to reschedule because I had to do jury duty last week. Was it last week? Yeah. No. Yeah, last week. Or the week before. I don't know. I'm everything's now a blur. Everything's not a blur. But I did jury duty. I got put on a trial. I had to listen to all the lawyers do their thing. All the barristers here in Australia called barristers. Barristers did their thing. We had to listen to witness testimony. We had to, do the thing, deliberate, sit in our jury room and deliberate. It was very interesting. Also, kind of a stressful experience, which I'm not completely out of yet, because you get called up for a period of time to do jury service, and I still got like another 2 weeks. So there's another chance that I'll have to do another round of jury duty, which is going to be fun. Not great timing, because there's kind of projects that need to get out the door, and I could have got out of it. I think I could have written a letter that would have gotten me off jury duty, but I kind of wanted to do it. I don't want to find out what it was like. Thanks, Bernia. Yeah, I'll do that. Send me your details. Send me the deets. Do you think you'll ever make your own version of an already existing song? I don't know, 23. I don't know. I mean, I have done arrangements of game music. Quite a lot of that. So yes, I guess that counts, doesn't it? I don't know. I haven't really thought about doing, like you say, taking pop music or something and making a cover of it. I don't know. Just not something that I've really thought about doing. If you think there's something I should do, maybe let me know. What music do you suggest for a suspenseful part of my video, but also a little bit comedic? Oh, That's a tough kind of feel for it, isn't it? That is a good question. I don't know if my library has something that would be useful for that. 35 subs and going, that's awesome, Penguin. If you go to one country, which would it be? I don't know. I go back to Sweden. My wife and I lived in Sweden for 5 years, and it was very nice. I would happily go back. It was very nice. Have you got any libraries that you really enjoy using at the moment? I do, DP. So there's a handcrafted piano. I forget what the developer's name is. We may play with it a little bit today. And then I've been also playing with the Slate and Ash. I got 2 Slate and Ash libraries, which have turned out not exactly what I thought they'd be, but what they are is actually really cool. So it's called the primaries. So there's primary woodwinds and primary strings, and they're kind of like, it's, various string techniques and woodwind playing textures and stuff like that. But then it has this sort of engine on top of it that does a really remarkable job of sort of transforming these sounds into like really interesting organic, very synthy but organic textures. So I've been playing with that the last couple of tracks. Been really interesting. Gotten a really some interesting stuff out of it. Joan, how you going? Good to see ya. Yeah, so that's been really good. Yeah, not what I thought they'd be, but that's okay, because it's turned out to be something that's still very, very good, and very it's like it's instant sort of creativity source. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting things immediately, and you go, oh yeah, let's explore this. Let's see where this goes. So that's been fun. That's been good. Do have a question. I don't do this, but would I get a copyright if I put links of your music in a Google Doc, which I link in description? Yes, you will. Yeah. So the system that is using, like, is tracking use, is looking for specific things in your description. So as long as you have something that says like Scott Buckley in it, that's specifically the text that it's looking for. So if you said something super generic like, music by Scott Buckley, or includes music by Scott Buckley, even if it's right at the bottom of the description, it doesn't matter where it is, but it has to be there, okay? Otherwise you will get a claim. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is, how it works. It's because it has to look for something to verify the claim, verify the credit. So, hope that's okay. Now, Vegas video episodes, do you compose music first or after the entire episode is finished? Because music really complements the events. So, yes. No, what? That's not been an answer. I usually get what's called a locked picture. So, locked means that the timing of the events in his videos is kind of set in stone. That does sometimes not work out, like as is what's happening with the recent one, but it's not a very big change, so it's not a problem. But is usually the timing of the events, and there's a very rough sort of outline of what's going to happen. Usually it's like a really sort of draft version of the animation that I'm using to sort of understand what's, happening in the episode. But usually locked pictures. So that's why the music is kind of, lining up with events in the video, because there's, obviously certain events that they're highlighting to me that need to be sort of accented by the music. But it's not finished by any means. So the animations are very rough generally. There's none of the sort of the final polish that you see in the final videos. So yeah. But locked picture is very useful for if you're working with anyone who's writing music for your videos. Having a locked picture is amazing, because it means that you can actually serve the picture. You can actually write stuff that supports what's happening, rather than the other way around, which like as a composer, you don't, you know, if you're just writing for vibes and then the editor's kind of editing to your music, it's a little bit sort of harder to make that relationship work. So something to keep in mind if you're working with someone who's writing music for your episodes and for your videos. Do I even need to link? Do I even need to link the videos? Because I do that. So like the videos of my music, you mean? Like where uploaded? No, you don't need to do that. All it needs to have is just that little text that says music by Scott Buckley or something along those lines. That's all you need. Have I tried Glade by Audio Imperia? No, it's free. Absolutely love it. Interesting, incredible sounds. Recommend it. Try and check it out if you haven't already. Think you would enjoy it. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the heads up. I didn't know about that one. Glade. Let's have a quick squiz. Audio Imperial. Hey everyone, how do you feel about so those who are actually familiar with native instruments, how do we all feel about native instruments being bought by InMusic? Because that's cool, I think. I'm at least pleased that there is like someone who's going to be supporting native instruments now. Let's have a look. Glade. Let's look at that Glade. So this is free, guys. Glade. Oh, pretty. But yeah, I'm happy about native instruments getting someone who bought it. That's a positive, I think. Means that it's not gonna all my stuff is gonna disappear overnight at least. Complete cinematic writing instrument for contact player. It looks great. I love all these like new interfaces for VSTs now. They look so pretty. Sometimes I wonder whether they put most of the time into the look of it and not so much into the sound, but it's fine. It's fine. So what kind of instruments do we have? 19 instruments, no compromises. Interesting. High strings, low strings, woodwinds, kalimba, taiko, talking drum, conga, tabla, claves, woodblock. It's quite a duduk. A fujara, shakuhachi. Wow, it's got a combination of stuff. Forest percussion. Tree logs, tree trunk, branches, leafy branch, pine cone shaker. Huh. Okay. This is definitely worth a check then. I'll definitely download that DP. Very nice. I hate the expensive weird GUI for the sake of artistry. Indeed. Used to have LPs by Vangelis and Jean-Michel Jarre. What do you think of their work, and are you inspired by it as well? Yeah, absolutely. Probably say more Vangelis. Or Vangelis, I don't know how you spell his name. Definitely Vangelis' work has probably had a reasonably large impact, yeah. Particularly for a lot of my more ambient works, definitely. There's one preset I love called Abundant Hope. Ooh, okay. Thanks, Stevie. I'll check it out. That makes things easier. Description is filled with music links. Haha. Does get very frustrating when you've got a lot of stuff. Yeah, I usually recommend if anyone's using a lot of my music in their videos, just put like something more generic. I understand it's a pain in the butt. Well, guys, maybe we should try and make some music. That's what we're actually here for. Haven't got all day. There is a track releasing today, by the way, in the library, or tomorrow for people in other places in the world. But there is a new track coming, so just be aware. It's coming soon. It's coming out today. At least today, my time. In the hacker episode, I want to find the name of the tune that suggests wobbly technology. Oh, okay. 3:30. I forget what did I do there. Let's have a quick look. Hacker Sport Buckley. What's the time? 3:30. Oh, you mean maybe in the animation? Maybe. Oh, that thing? So that is an arpeggiated synth that I use all the time. It's an FMA patch, so it's like this library. I can actually bring it up. I'll bring it up for you. So I love FM8 because it's just a very, oh my god, it's got, there we go. A very easy arpeggiator that just works instantly. So it's a patch called DT Juno, which I guess it's kind of be like a Juno patch. I don't know what it's trying to do, but it sounds like this. What? Why key no work? Oh man. Oh, the key station's there. Got to change the screen. Why is this not working? Why did the thing not work? What the frig? Why is that? Let me just fix something here. I feel like something's going wrong here. Why is this not working, guys? I just want to play keys. I just get so frustrated sometimes. Why is it not working? It's not, it's there. Usually if you go Omni, it's fine. There's no issues. There's no issues. Sorry guys. Technical issues. What could it be? The sound's working. So that's fine. It's going in there. Why would the keys not working? Why would it not be working? It's detected it. Is this working? Have I tried asking it nicely? I haven't, but it never seems to work. This is not working either. My little nuances. MIDI controller. This is new. I don't want to have to reload. We may have to. Right? No, I think it's none of these are triggering, so it's like I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Unless I've MIDI engines running. Hey Yannick, how you doing? We're trying. The sound's playing. So there's clearly the MIDI within, it's just input. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay, guys, we'll have to, like, redo this. Hold on. Anyway, that sound you're hearing is a patch from FM8, and I run it through a distortion, so it kind of gets a little bit, allows me to, like, play with low-pass filters and grits it up a little bit. So that's all it is, really. Just an arpeggiated synth. Let's just close this and then see if we can reload. Yeah, blips. Maybe I shouldn't have said it, called it blips, Yannick. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Hopefully this is a quick reload, though. Oh, it's gone. Okay. That's how some of these streams do go, so yeah. Stream song. Anyway, was the drone another FNA patch or the preset? So even if it's not the droning synth, so it's cool. Oh, okay, maybe they meant another thing. If I load that up again. Most prevalent at 9. Do you mean like the do you mean the sound designy sort of element at the front of the mix, or that sort of which one do you mean? Single note drone. So it could be a few things, I guess. I got to remember what I did there. It's probably either a patch from Straylight. So there's a few patches there that are like droney with like weird sort of textual sort of elements that I use for like, you know, transitions, and I use it a lot for like that sort of menacing sort of decision making that's happening with I forget everyone's characters' names. But with the bad guys. And so it's like this sort of element that sort of is very textural, and yeah, that's it. Nightmares. It's pretty much the default patch. It's that one, and there's another one called Cold Morning. I think, in Straylight. Yeah. It's the default patch. But it works. It's really good. Good for, like, you know, sort of transitional elements, I think. Okay. Are we working again? Yes. We're successful. I don't know what happened there. All right, let's try and make some music. Okay?
Make music?
Yeah, all right. So this is a track I started in February, and I kind of like put it down because I wasn't really feeling it. But we can, I think we can sort of just see what we can do today. We'll rejig it, carve it up, cut things out that we don't like, and just try again, because that's all you can do. By the way, this is another ARP from FM8 that I'm using here as well. Slightly different patch, but kind of doing the same sort of thing that I quite do a lot in my music. I do this sort of arpeggiated sort of background patches. It's kind of just a bit bland, eh? No worries, DP. Have a good one. Enjoy sleeping. A little envious. Yeah, good to see you. Hope to see you next time. Hopefully we can arrange like better stream times for the EU folks, because it's not ideal for you. Definitely not. Do you have any comedic tracks? So I'm thinking probably not so much. There is a few tracks from a film I did years ago. Many years ago. If you look up on my library site, things called In Hope's Arms. So it's a film that I did. And there are tracks on that. If I go, I thought it's like comedic tracks and not something I have a lot of in my library. Funnily enough. Yeah. So if you go here, so this is my library site, if you're not aware. And if you go to album, you can just search different album combinations. And there's one here called In Hope's Arms. And so there's a few here. They are kind of old, you know, so they're, you know, this is pre-modern era, pre the common era of library sort of ownership. This is, you know, much older libraries and an younger Scott, so not the same kind of writing, I guess, that I'm doing now. So it sounds a bit different, but it's worth a look. Anyway, see if something's there. I don't think I really have much in the way of comedic stuff. I do have a comedic sort of category, which does include some of those In Hope's Arms tracks, but it might be worth having a look at these ones as well. I call them comedic, but because they're very like dramatic. So in terms of like they can be used to be very like super over the top kind of feeling, but not necessarily like. It depends on what kind of comedy you're going for. It's very situational, I think. But worth a look. That's probably all I've got to help you there. You found the OS2 on YouTube. Nice. Nice. You'll have the title of the stream over it, yeah. It's pretty much what I do. I make the bloops go bloop go. I make them blow bloop. Alright, so what do I like? I like the synth. It's a nice setup. I like this patch. The strings feel like they're a little too flat. So if we work with what we got, or we maybe redo them. It may actually be worth just to redo them. Just so that I'm on the sort of same page with everything. What's this? Brass. I think the motivation for this track was actually my first time using the Vista ensemble strings. This is probably the reason why this track exists. It was me to play with it. Okay, so if we mute all the strings and just kind of start again. Maybe even the piano. So let's load up handcrafted piano. Let's do it. New background noise found. Instead of listening to dumb music, I can listen to not dumb music. Exactly. Yeah. That's how it works. Unblipped bloops. That's what they are. Well, bloops in the process of being blipped. When you make music, use a keyboard on different settings, sounds like a different instrument. Yes. When you make their parts come together, sound like an orchestra. Exactly right. Yeah. So this keyboard that you see here, you can see on screen to the left. Essentially, it's just a dummy keyboard. So it's plugged in via USB, and it essentially connects to this program I'm using, and it allows me to essentially play sounds that I tell it to. So at the moment, I'm going to load up a piano. But I can also tell it to play a synth on a different patch, which I can't seem to do right now for some reason. Ah, because it's using the wrong input. So it's good. If you ever want to, like, if anyone's thinking of becoming a composer themselves and learning to write music, I would recommend learning a bit of piano and learning a bit of keyboard, just because it's kind of like all the software, all the way of working, kind of sort of set up to support people who use keyboard input, like piano keyboard input. I feel like that's kind of like, it's frustrating for other people who spend a lot of time learning, like, say, violin or clarinet or and there are actually input methods that utilize those skills, by the way. So it's not the end, be all and end all, but it's just so much easier using a keyboard. So I highly recommend learning a bit of keyboard or piano. I mean, I learned a lot of piano when I was growing up. I spent a lot of time getting tutored and doing like classical performance for many years, and so I did have a really good like sort of supporting background. But I'm not. I can't say right now. Me as a 43-year-old man I'm a very good keyboard player. I'm just kind of I know enough to be able to perform a lot of the stuff. I think that's an advantage, particularly when you're making MIDI orchestrations, to be able to like actually perform, you know, each and every part that's in your orchestration it's a huge advantage because I think you can make it sound and feel a lot more realistic because of that. You don't have to rely on, you know, very well, I mean, it's a pain in the butt to manually click in notes using a mouse or using other methods, but it's also a lot harder to make, you know, very sort of on the grid kind of inputs using like a mouse or something to make that feel human, like to make that feel like someone played it. So I do feel lucky that I do have a bit of skill on the piano to actually to get these performances in. I think that helps me definitely, and I think it can help you too if you're considering doing this. It's my suggestion. You play piano? Awesome, Abigail. Well, you're in a good position. Thank you for making AVM music. No worries. Really to make sure it feels live, even if one doesn't notice it first. That's part of the point, I think, as well. Like I think a lot of good music, I think in as you know, part of a production like AVM has to be felt, not necessarily heard. Even though like I feel like it's doing a bit more of an outsides job sometimes because of there's no like dialogue, you know, but so it has to sort of have to play it up a bit, which is kind of fun too. It's kind of fun. Currently working on AVA. It's remarkable how different the two series really, in terms of like the sonic palette that I use for them, it's very different. It's very different. Hey Beagle, hey, go on. I have a piano that I haven't trained to play one at the moment. That's okay. That's not a problem. I think even if like you were like able to, if you want to do something like this, like if you don't want to do it, I don't think it's a really big problem. But if you do want to use like keyboard input to write music, then it's like even one-handed stuff. Like if you can just play right hand, that's pretty much what I do. I don't really do too much two-handed stuff, even though I will play piano sort of roughly two-handed, even though I really do only basic stuff in my left hand. I don't tend to do a lot of complex playing in my left hand. But it's all my input stuff is right hand, which is probably not good for, you know, my RSI, but you know, yeah, it's fine. Oh, thank you, Waterford. Still a spring chicken, aren't I? What genre? I don't know what we're doing today, Saintly. It's kind of, I don't know what it is. I can never describe my music very easily. It's cinematic. That's what it is. Uplifting cinematic. Kiwian. Oh, Pulsar, I need to watch it. Everyone's like, it's hard to believe all the hype about Hail Mary. Because it's like, is it really? Like, can you make a really good film in this day and era? Like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you, but I really need to see it. Yeah. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. Maybe I can convince my wife to go. Soundtrack's really good. Oh, nice. Who did the score? Daniel Pemberton. Okay, I'm on board. I absolutely love his stuff for the Spider-Verse films. My gosh. They're starting to become a huge influence on me for the AVA animation versus animator stuff. Like this that because I feel like there's a lot of similarities actually in terms of how we need to use music for the various for the genre, I guess. Love his stuff. Really inspiring stuff. Soundtrack that is new and something that hasn't been done before in a long time. I feel like Daniel's got some really good ideas when he creates a score. I think like he's not out to just do something generic, and I love that. I love that. Okay. I think we're gonna skip the unicorder. Can you guys hear the click? No. Cool. Well, you might better hear it a little bit. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is good. I think the notes are not. This piano, this handcrafted piano, has some really cool features to it, but sometimes it's a bit frustrating. The mod wheel controls some like weird felt sort of stuff. So you gotta make sure you program in the the mod wheel, otherwise it goes to the felt for some reason. Using soap and getting clean, spap and clean are slurs in this day and age. Are they? Soap and clean, are they? I mean, I don't know if I encounter too many unclean folks out and about. To be fair. I'm gonna copy. Oh no. This needs to go down here. Look, I'm getting a lot of work done today. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I need to have a quick bio break, guys. I'm gonna be right back. We've been chatting too much. Be right back. I'm not sorry, Beagle. I'm not sorry at all. I gotta take that. Okay, so we got like some weird chord progression happening over here, but I'm just gonna nix that, I think. We're just gonna nix it. We'll do something else, I think. Oh, I was watching some folks play it this morning. I haven't actually played Subnautica 1. Do you think that you would need to play Subnautica 1 to play Subnautica 2? I mean, I get the idea that it's like an underwater exploration base building thing. So, I don't know. I mean, Subnautica 2 is also just early access, right? So it's not the full game yet. Maybe I should just play 1. Background knowledge of the OG. Okay. So probably then you would want to play 1 first. Probably won't be on the full release for another year. Okay, that's still pretty good. That's not too long to wait. So we'll use this as an intro and then we'll bring in a melody from here, I think. Start exploring something. Hey, Cade, how you going? We got Twitch on an ad break right now, so I'll not answer questions until the ad break's over. How's that? And then we can all partake in the answer. Okay. Do I have a chance to use any of the SWAM instruments? I've been curious about them, but I have not used them. Have you tried them, Beagle? These are like I guess algorithmically produced synths, like instruments. So like it's not samples. It's rather rather than making essentially a synth that emulates the sound of like a trumpet or something. Some of it sounds really good. Some of it I kind of really hear the fakeness, I guess. It's really hard to know from demos though how good it is, because often a lot of the demos wouldn't necessarily do what you would do, you know what I mean? Like how you would actually perform it. So it's hard to always know what a library can do based on demos. It's really hard to do that. Love the whole suite. Super unique, but I had to make myself an 8-fader MIDI board just to utilize it. Okay. Even though it's a bit hard for you to work with, at least for the moment. Man, the reverb plugin is useful and great. Okay. All right. I should probably give him another look. It's been a while. Have I listened to the Subnautica soundtrack? Probably not directly, no. I think it's something I've probably heard, you know, through other things, or probably watching streams, or so it's probably also something I would like to visit. Like probably playing the game. Probably playing the game is probably the best way to experience the soundtrack, right? That's generally how it works. Abigail, sorry, I'm missing all these questions. Was it hard to make the AVM Note Block concert video? As music user, technically covers of other music and getting all the timing right. Yes, actually, it was very hard, Abigail. I got a lot of help from, there was a person on Alan's team to help with pretty much the transcription of Rhapsody in Blue. Essentially to get the score up and running fast, because it was really hard to do a great job mocking that up very quickly, because it's just so hard to mock up orchestral, like classical music. It's so hard to make it do it, hard to do a good job, because you have so many like comparable benchmarks that are real orchestra. It's it's very very hard. So that was a huge help. Um, but it was a lot of fiddling, because there was a lot of little timing things that we needed to get perfect. Um, and those and they had a lot of ideas about what needed to happen at certain points, and it was kind of a tough time. The best part probably was that to write was the flight of the bumblebee, because I had a lot more freedom in interpreting that how I wanted, and obviously the heavy metal back end was kind of kind of a bit different, but also really fun to make. So I really enjoyed that. So it was pretty tough, Abigail. It was a hard video to get right, but I'm glad we did it. It was it ended up really good video, and a really sort of fun bit of music. And the rushy, obviously everyone's really loves the rushy, which is kind of fun to do as well, because you could help it get off the rails even more than the original one does, like, as it just gets more and more intense with time. And you can really ham that up with the orchestra as well, making sort of weird elements doing crazy things. Yeah. You need one of those MPE keyboards. Yeah, okay. Again, another thing I never tried. Have you tried one of them? I have to find a place. I have to go over and actually try it one day. One day, try those rolly keyboards. Wiki, thank you so much for the subscribe. Thank you so much. Appreciate you big time. Yeah, I might just do the piano again. Sorry, I got a kettle boiling in the background. Hope that's okay, guys. It's over there. Thank you. Is that not recording? Oh. I think I know now. Whoops. Do you know how long a song is going to be for a completion, or do you let it happen naturally? I mean, I think it averages around sort of, somewhere between 15 hours, 15, 20 hours, including like the mastering and everything, which probably means like, to me, well, maybe not even that long. I don't know. Sometimes some tracks are very quick. Some are very long. It's hard to know, I guess, sometimes. But usually I can get pretty close to at least writing a track within, like, I think of my time when I'm writing music in like 3-hour chunks, because that's generally how long I can, sit down and spend, my attention on, before I get really kind of fidgety, or I need to get up and do something else, or start spinning my wheels. And so it's probably like maybe 3 to 4 3-hour sessions. So that's probably only 12 hours. And then a little bit of time after that to maybe finish, bouncing and mastering and getting it ready for release. So yeah. But as I said, some can be done in one session. Some need like 5 or 6. Thank you. Yeah, it's sometimes hard to. I mean, ambient tracks, generally you can write a lot more in a short amount of time, just because the ideas that you're creating happening over a lot larger time frames. Whereas really high density sort of action music can take forever to write. A minute of music, like forever. It's like some of the stuff I do for Alan. There's some rather big action sequences that can be pretty slow going, unless I've got, and this is where I guess developing themes has been really good for Alan's stuff, is because you can actually rely on those themes to help you write quicker, because you have kind of, you need to play the full version of a theme throughout the combat sequence. Then you have essentially the next minute mapped out, because you need to, hit these chord progressions and do these kinds of things. So it's like, that is good. That is actually really handy when you're working on projects that have themes. Ginseng, how you going? Time zone differences, yes. That's awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming and checking us out. We're not doing a lot of work today. We're doing a lot of chatting. A lot more chatting than work today, but that's fine. That's okay. It's been a while. I feel like I don't stream so much these days, so it's like I just like hanging out. I don't have anyone in my life other than my wife, but she's off doing her own thing, so I don't have anyone to talk music with. I have nobody. I meet people. Like, I go to conferences in Australia that, like, you got like there's a game music sort of workshop that I go to every year down in Melbourne, And then there's last year, the Screen Composers Guild here in Australia had a little meet up in Sydney. And they're great, you know. You get a couple of days to talk shop with folks, but there's no one I really know very closely here in Brizzy. I'm on my own in my little room, working on my little projects. No one to talk with except you guys. You are my colleagues, right? No, no, Yannick, no. I know a bunch of the guys from who do the music for Bluey, but not well enough that I can just go and have a pint with them. So we got to work on that. We got to work on that. But they would know me. They know me. They know who I am. So that's something. Is anyone having recommendations for string wind instruments plugins for FL Studio? Oh. I use Logic and I just started getting back into composing after finishing for a few years of uni. I mean, FL Studio just takes all the same plugins as anything else, right? Like they don't have anything specific. They don't have like a specific kind of format for their plugins. It's all VSTs. So I mean, pretty much anything you would be using in Logic, you can use in FL Studio. I understand it. In terms of, it depends on what kind of string sound you want, what kind of wind sound you want. There's definitely lots of, you know, variations in terms of if you want it more full orchestral sound, or do you want small sort of chamber sound, small instruments. Cinematic Studio, I mean, a lot of people do recommend Cinematic Studio because they got strings and winds and brass too. Is that right? So that they're probably, you know, a good all-round kind of, because they are, I think they can be used for a lot of different scenarios. I use performance samples for my strings, which kind of fit the same bill as the Cinematic Studio strings, and so I've been on the fence about getting Cinematic Studio stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and try, because there's a lot of people who use it and swear by it, and there's probably a lot of things that it can do that the performance sample strings can't. So, and the winds sound really good too. So I've been contemplating getting some more winds and more brass. I seem to be still very stuck in Hollywood brass with East West. I can't seem to find something that beats them. Some of the performance samples brass, like the Oceania brass, I do now use more, a little bit more, like the horns, very flexible. But I kind of don't like the sound of the trumpet or the trombones in there. Too bright for my tastes, and EQing them doesn't seem to sort of work for me. So I don't know what to yeah, use them together. Yeah, that is true, Yannick. Just use everything all at once. That's what a lot of people do. I understand. Yeah. It's got to justify having them, right? Get rid of some of this controller data. I mean, it also just depends on your budget as well, Couchy. There's some of these like maybe like there are free stuff. Like you can get free orchestral libraries from Spitfire and from Orchestral Tools. So if you want to like just start somewhere, that's fine too. That's awesome, Cade. I think you're probably one of the few people who actually buys music, particularly off iTunes. The last few months have been the biggest I've ever had on Bandcamp because of the Menace soundtrack. I'm very thankful for y'all who supported me by buying the album on Bandcamp. I appreciate you all. Maybe a solo cello. A solo cello. Spent way too much for how little I use of any of it. How little I actually write music anymore, yeah. I understand. I think I have been pretty good. I think most of the things I do buy, I have a reason for it. So I feel superior. But there have been a few things over the years where I've bought and have just not used. Like I think there's a few in here. Where is it? Not in here. I mean the Josh Bell I don't really use anymore. There's like a few. There's a few under Spitfire libraries, yeah, that I don't even think about anymore. That is gone from my memory. I need to. How? Does anyone have any good solutions for organizing libraries that you own? Like, I need to maybe make an Excel spreadsheet listing like what I have actually bought, what at least my company has bought, and how I can acquire them again. Because sometimes I delete stuff and then I've kind of forgotten that I even had access to it. Like I've bought this library 5 years ago, and that would have been really good to use on a certain project that I just totally forgot that I owned it. Does anyone have solutions for this? And also particularly like keeping track of. I think the one thing that worries me the most is keeping track of product keys. If you need to like re-download something, like you need to be able to provide all that information. I have to go hunting through emails. And that's not ideal. I think I need to have like some sort of central database that keeps track of all this. And I saw something on VI Control that was like a bit of software that can keep track of all your samples, but I think it's not what I'm thinking. I think it's a little bit different in terms of it's more like editing samples rather than password manager. Okay, juice. I never thought about using it for that. What am I doing? Just a solo cello. Locally with all the files, I have a copy of everything on the NAS server right now. That stuff is expensive, yeah. It's more to do with like the documentation of like what I've bought and like the keys associated. So I've probably deleted stuff. And if I need to re-download it, where do I I need access to those keys. I think maybe just like even an Excel spreadsheet would be fine, right? Like I think as long as it's secure. It's not really secure, is it? Someone's going to hack me and take my product key for Bohemian Violin. Oh, that does suck, Beagle. Oh. I feel like there's a lot of people who have experiences like that. You end up outlaying a lot of money for gear or for samples, and then the project that was supposed to fund those library purchases just goes under. I feel like Yannick probably has some things to talk about there. Boom, 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 boom. I feel like maybe we need a bigger space vibe. Gotta bring in. I use this all the time. One day it's just not gonna work. One day it's not gonna work. But I keep on loading it up, nonetheless. Or maybe it won't work. No, it's gonna work. I need to look into the new lab stuff, but it seems to us not. Every time I've tried installing it, it just doesn't work. It doesn't appear inside Cakewalk, and I don't know why. So I'm kind of stuck using this old version. But there's some good stuff in it. Including this patch. I use it all the time because it has a vibe. I want a replica. I want a replica. I have not looked in the Crow Hill. I mean, I don't know. I have to try it out. Have you played with it? I should give him a go. Yeah. I've been kind of really hard, like harshly treating old mate for a while. I put him in the doghouse in my brain because of, potential views that he might have, but it's like he's also one of the few people who also speaks candidly about working in this industry. So it's like I should not, Christian Henson. That's what finally the name comes to my head. So it's like you can't hate someone for all the views that they have. I don't know how you what do you do? What do you do, guys? To give a move on, yeah. He's definitely paid for it. Hopefully Fight 2 will be coming out soon. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Definitely gonna buy the score. Nice. Thank you. If you're gonna write a library track inspired by Minecraft, what would you create? I don't know. It definitely have to be something that's kind of vibing with the original score, because there's some amazing stuff on there that channels that sort of very like, it walks that line between eerie and beautiful, you know? Some really cool stuff. So something that's like that. Something eerie but beautiful. It's that easy. It's that easy. Okay. It's a very good patch. Labs. Instant mood. Actually, I wanted to add. Amblight came out on the same day that Minecraft movie came out. There you go. I mean, they're clearly unrelated, so. Thanks, Juice. I'm glad this is working for you. There used to be a few more composers on YouTube, on Twitch, and even YouTube, but not so much. Not live stream stuff anymore. I don't know. I haven't been actively looking. If anyone has any ideas of who's doing stuff these days, there used to be a few of us, but now not so much. A lot of live playing, right? Like there's a lot of live people doing essentially gigs on Twitch, but not so many people making music. I want to do this more. Like I used to do this a lot more when I was living in Sweden, mostly because it was, we've talked about it many times, but it was pretty much the primary way of writing music, because, you know, after a long day doing my science job, I was just tired and I needed a reason to like get off the couch and making music, and the live stream was it. It was the way I made new stuff, and it was the, you know, the catalyst for getting consistent with releasing music, and very good. It was very good. And since I come back to Australia, because everything's been busy, I've been working on actual projects under NDA, and it's hard to, like, you can't really do a stream writing for something that you can't legally show. So it's harder to do, and it's been busy, and I've been busy, you know, but now it's like I should really, like, I've got a bit more time coming up. Maybe we should actually revisit the stream schedule and try and write some more library music. Did it ever really promote composing, Beagle? Did it really happen? Don't think it ever happened. Something that could just be placebo, but the new labs update, it's like a year ago, has changed. Ooh. Oh, wow. Rakembo. Rambakembo. Rakembo, thank you so much for the $19.99. I will definitely buy a Big Mac for you. Thank you. With this money. I love a Big Mac. Guys, I gotta tell you, I do love a Big Mac. So thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it so much. Soft piano sounds way worse than it used to. Beagle, no. No, the soft piano. You can't play with that soft piano. I mean, I could imagine they probably changed something. I can imagine. Discovery really side. Twitch has no discovery. I don't understand how they've not solved this somehow. Like, I just do not care at all, Twitch. In terms of, you starting out on Twitch these days, like, it's impossible for you to grow audience unless you do something crazy that blows up on another platform. That's all it is. I'm not doing it, guys. I'm not making the content that people are gonna be like, virally sharing. I just don't have it in me. This body is not capable of doing that. Like, I just can't. But that's okay. I don't need lots of followers. I don't need tons of you guys. I just need a few of you to hang out and chat. That's all I need. Just accountability. That's what the stream has always been for me. It's just like a way to keep me writing. And share. I need to share a little bit. Like, there's a lot of people who make, like, I think Anna Dern put this up in a video the other day. Like, there's so many people jumping on the, like, I'm going to teach you how to write music. Here's my 10 steps to making amazing tracks. This is what the pros aren't telling you. These kinds of things. Like, these videos and churning out courses, and using these videos as funnels to get you into their course, and become this, like, I am the guru on music production. I am the guru on music composition. I've always wanted to try and make, like, some form of, like, content sharing my work, and really, in reality, the best way I can do that is this stream. Like, this stream, sharing exactly how I'm doing it. That is it comes down to it. That is the best way I can do that. Because any form of like me sort of making a video about writing music will just kind of be like cutting the corners. Will be like, no one's doing this. No one's sharing, the actual process of writing in real time. Not everyone wants to watch that, right? But I think it's probably more useful. I mean, apart from all the chatting, we're doing a lot of chatting here right now. Not actually writing a lot of music today, but I don't care. But when I'm actually writing, it's probably more useful for you to learn how I'm doing it this way, rather than me trying to do a shortcut or like a project fly through or something where you can see all the bits and pieces, but not all the thousands of little decisions that I made during the process, and the things I deleted, and the mistakes I make. You don't get to see that. You just get to see the polished thing at the end. So this is really, in reality, it's probably the best thing I can be doing, and I probably should do more of it and get better on, like, cleaning up the live part of my YouTube channel so that people can find stuff a bit more easily. I want to do the composing in a haunted building challenge. Yeah. Well, you want to do like Mr. Beast? I paid 30 composers $1 billion to sit on a boat with and compose a piece of music about ducks within 10 minutes or something. I don't know. What's a crazy... I can't think of a really good challenge. This is why I'm not Mr. Beast. This is why I can't do it. I can't think of the content required to make a viral video. I can't do it. I can't do it. This is what I came up with. Sorry. Can't do it. Am I peaking? I think I'm peaking. Sorry if I'm peaking. I'm gonna turn that down a wee bit. Yeah. Yes, it's coming out today. I feel it's coming out today, or later today for me, tomorrow for you, wherever you might be. Yeah, we're going to add a little transition element into where the piano is. So I'm going to try Stray Light. That's because that seems to be a pretty good... Always seems to work for me. We'll find something. Even if music composition doesn't go directly viral, there are so many opportunities for it to be delivered in a shell, like a game or movie. Things like Halo and Helldivers 2 are always your go-to reference. Hell yes. Hell yes. Hell yes. Okay, I'm gonna find some sort of like... I mean, Nightmares is good. Nightmares is a good one. But we'll try something else. We'll go to the actual transition section and see what they got. I want something that's more like... we'll add another replica. Something that's very ethereal. Sort of white noisy almost. Just a wash of stuff. That's not it. That's not it. That's a bit too scary. I mean, something metallic would work, I think. Gotta turn it down a bit, I think. Too scary. Too weird. Too scary. I think maybe it's not a transition, it's more like a pad, I think. Or okay, well, just give it a moment. I want something that's too quick. It needs to be very... slow and malleable. Too bad. Maybe it is going to be bad because we want it to be more... I was trying to think what would be a good one. Zebra 2? Yeah, I've been trying to think of like whether get Zebra or Serum or something. Zebra 3 just released? Well, that's cool. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to jump on the Zebra bandwagon. It's kind of cool. That could work. Just gonna get it right. Too aggressive? Gotta get it just right. It's always so hard. Maybe we'll just mod it here. We'll mod the mod. I don't know what the theme is yet. Still, I think we haven't made a lot of ground, so I don't know. This track was just something we started ages ago. And wasn't kind of feeling it. Today, I'm trying to figure out if we can, like, salvage it. I think we can, but it's like, I don't know where I want it to go yet. Still kind of a bit lost. Just EQ this a bit. Get rid of like the low end. Amp up the highs. Zebra's a secret sauce, yeah. I've heard a lot of people saying that Zebra's a bit harder to use comparison to, say, something like Serum. Does that hold up? Because I am a kind of guy who just kind of, although I'm getting better, I still stick to presets. I'm a preset guy. And does Zebra have good presets? Like a good list of presets that I can sort of start with? Or do you have to really know what it's doing and sort of dig in? Like, is it reactor? Because I can't do reactor. I can use stuff in it, but I can't like build stuff from scratch. I'm that's not good. So Zero's Goo is way less visual and intuitive. Okay. But then Beagle, you say Zebra is much more difficult. Zebra's a lot more visual feedback. Zebra doesn't. Ah, okay. Is it more that you need, like you just need to use your ears a bit more? Is that all it is? Hmm. Do they have demos? Maybe I should, like, if they've got a demo, maybe I should just try them and see what I'm feeling. Zebra Light. Ah, okay. Like a light version. Okay. Well, then I'll try that then. See how I vibe with it. That's an idea. So I got this like piano sort of effect from Guitar Rig that I use quite a lot. Maybe I can also I add replica to everything these days. I just add it, but I put a transgate on it, so it has like this sort of helps create a bit of momentum. I don't know. Does it work? It'll do for now. I want to send the send level to probably change a little bit. Spending a lot of time on this opening, but I think once we get the vibe right, generally that helps me a lot to just keep it moving. Just getting there though. Sometimes it takes a lot longer than you think. I was trying to load something. What was that? What was I trying to load? I think it was Museo. Where's Museo? There we are. So I've been switching up my basses to use the Nashville strings that just got released for Into the Museo library. Because it's a really nice bass. It's a really nice bass sound. And it's probably the best that I have. Let's put it through the strings. Mermaid by Tiny Drops of Jupiter. I've never heard of that band. Right, and thank you. How you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Thank you, Roden. I hope it goes well too. One of these tracks where I started it a little while ago. Coming back to it's a bit of a challenge to figure out what I want it to do. It's not always easy to figure that out. See you, Beagle. Thanks for hanging out, mate. little bit of high strings. I have that change up to the D. Okay. Actually, I regret that. I'm going to change that back. Keep it on the sustained kind of chord vibe. Yeah, I did used to live in Sweden. Yeah, I lived there I lived in Umeå, and I lived there from 2018 to 2023 through the pandemic. See you, Abigail. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out today. Oh, do I miss living? Yeah, I do. I really do. Particularly the there's just so much about life there that's it's very different to being here in particularly in Brisbane. Like, it's the weather. Weather's very different. We loved the northern winter vibe. And it's hard to come back to humid summers and you know, and winter here is kind of like Swedish summer, where it doesn't really get cold. It's just kind of pleasant, which is good. But I really miss those deep winters. There's something about feeling shelter, like feeling that safety of being indoors and the warmth of being indoors and being in your home. Like, there's something very different than here. Like, there's a lot more like feeling like you should be outside enjoying the sunshine kind of vibe. And I kind of hate that pressure. I hate that. Well, on top of like the fact that I hate heat and I hate sun. So it's like there's a lot of Sweden that I miss. And life and people there are very nice, and I enjoyed the lifestyle that we had. It was really nice. This question came up with summer coming up, June, July, August. What track ideas have you thought about? I really don't know. Got to think about. That's the thing. Sweden always had this real impact on my writing in terms of like how, like, it's almost like a seasonality to the kinds of music tracks I was producing. That doesn't really happen here. There's no. I kind of feel like I need to write a moody, track for the long dark, because there's no long dark. It's just sun all the time. I don't know. Why did I pick Brisbane over Tassie? Very good question. I think it's mostly family. We've got a lot of family here in Brisbane. My wife and I both grew up in Brisbane, so we're here for family, and they're not getting any younger, so it's good to be close to them. But I absolutely agree. We should be probably, we've been eyeing off all sorts of places around Tassie for the, for potentially for the future. I think we'd love it. And there's no pressure for us, like at the moment at least. Neither of us really need necessarily be in the city. We do it because we enjoy going out to, to eat and to go to a lot of orchestral concerts and like cultural sort of stuff in Brizzy. But work, we don't need to be here for work. I can be working anywhere. Um, I mean, Amanda's at the moment doing a degree, so she's doing her masters, so like, it does help her to be close to the campus. Um, but beyond that, like, yeah, like we don't need it for work. So it's like you're always trying to think of reasons why we need to be here, and like dream, man, is to like find a beautiful, beautifully renovated cottage in the middle of nowhere in Tasmania, and just live live that hermit lifestyle. As long as it's got an internet connection, I'm happy. I think. Far North Queensland. Oh, I just could not do that, Wiki. I used to work with a guy. So funnily enough, we both worked in the same lab in Sweden. We were both Aussies, both from Brisbane, both from the same. We did our PhD in the same lab too, so we sort of follow each other around. But he did a lot of research in tropical rainforests, and he just loves, like absolutely loves humidity, like that hot humidity. And like and so I think he did a lot of work in the Philippines, and I think we were polar opposites to each other. I think he thought, even though he was actually half Swedish, funnily enough, but he hates Swedish weather, hates it with absolute vengeance. And I was completely opposite to him. So I think he's back in Brizzy now, but he's like, yeah, I think they probably would prefer to move north. And it's like, okay, go for it. I like that you do one single track that way fans can easily find them and add into the music libraries. Yeah, absolutely. Also means like releasing one track at a time. It means I can keep up the cadence of new releases. You know what I mean? You didn't know about Tasmania ginseng? Wow. Since Tasmania is very nice. I mean, I haven't been there for years, but it's like it's as English, I guess, as Australia gets. There are, pockets of that on the mainland too, but Tasmania is kind of a pretty amazing place, and it's got a lot of rugged, sort of untapped wilderness as well, which is fairly rare on the mainland. English weather, yeah, it's more of a temperate climate down in Tassie, so you can grow your rose garden with gusto. Yeah, Tasmania is the Aussie dream. Yeah, a lot of people will still complain about the cold, I imagine, because they always do. But yeah, it's like beautiful wilderness. Um, yeah, beautiful food. Have you ever seen a quokka? Not in real life, middle mouse. No, should be on my list. Okay. So I feel like this intro is better now. It's got a vibe that I'm on board with. But now the question is, where does it go next? What if a trip to Sweden would make writing Minecraft music easy? Yes. I actually 100% agree that would be the case. Yeah. I feel like a lot of my music that I was writing for the library became much more like less epic, because I used to write a lot of like really over the top epic orchestral stuff, because that's what I started my career doing pretty much. And it's become so much more, I guess I don't know, neoclassical. It's kind of like that sort of more, pared back sort of synthy strings, more ambient. And I think in part because we're living in Sweden and was like, it felt like the right vibe. It felt like the right vibe. I'll be mad. That's awesome. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, that's cool, Cade. Hey, guess what, guys? I got an email from, I guess it's like the state ballet in Turkey, and they're gonna use Horizons, one of my tracks, as part of one of their performances, which is pretty cool. I'm really excited when people want to dance to my music for some reason. I'm really into it. I love dance. I love dance um as a creative genre, like as an output. I don't want to ever do it, but I enjoy watching it. You're very welcome, Jinsei. JRF, that's cool. That's great. That makes me very excited. Hmm. What to do? I cannot. Mike's in the road of my view. I can't see things. So I want to start like a melody that starts building something from this section, but I gotta figure out what that is. I think maybe that's not gonna happen today. But I think this opening at least is a little bit more. I'm on board with it. It's more of a vibe. What's the Epic the musical? No. No, I haven't. What is this? What is this? Hmm. I think that needs to be more, more artifacts, like ambient artifacts that sort of build here. I think we need more space building stuff. Yeah, we need to add more character to this, but it's a start. We've got a way forward, I think. That's good. It does sound a bit like a Starfire, yeah. I'm using a lot of these like arpeggiated openings at the moment. It's kind of a thing. I do this a lot. I do this a lot. It's me. It's my sound. That's what I'm gonna say anyway. Guys, I might call it there. I might wrap it up. But thank you for hanging out. Thanks for all the chats. It was a lot more chattier today. I hope that's okay. I'm okay with it. So that's all that really matters, isn't it? But thanks for hanging out. Do you have any tracks or albums you've made that hold a special place in my heart? I liked Monomyth. Monomyth was like a good little sort of experiment for me in terms of like trying to create a body of work, you know, that followed a kind of an arc. There's things that I probably could have done better with it, but it's like, it's, you know, it was my first real attempt at trying to pull something like that together, and it was fun. It was really good. And I would like to do way more of that. Hopefully we've got a bit more time coming up. Do have another album project that will be happening. It's in collaboration with my wife. Stay tuned for that. So that should be interesting. And sort of pairs up with an exhibition that she's doing at the end of the year. But I'd like to do like a Monomyth too. Like choose. Essentially, I've got so many pieces of music in the library. The idea of Monomyth was to take one of my tracks that I've written and essentially expand on it. So create like a, you know, essentially a soundtrack based on the theme that I wrote in one of my library tracks. So that was based on Tears of a Distant Sun. So sort of very old sort of library track, but I really liked the vibe of it. And so I just expanded it, essentially made an album based on that track. And there's so many tracks in the library that I could be doing that with. So it's like I think it'd be worth, doing something like that again because it's really fun. And it was relatively easy to do myself. Like it's kind of like taking a theme and playing with it, and like I just kind of enjoy arranging in that way. So it's good. How many tracks are there for Falling Frontier? There's a lot actually. In the final current game as it is, I don't know, maybe I don't know. Right now, it's probably about an like a little over an hour of music, I think. So I don't know how many tracks there is particularly. Some of them are very long ambient tracks, and then shorter combat tracks. But still in flux, so you'll have to wait till the final things out later this year. All the early access, I assume. Next on this thing list, yeah. Yeah, it's a few years old, Ginseng, so, keep that in mind. But I'd like to do that again. Guys, thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. Hopefully next Tuesday I will be back at the usual time in the morning. That said, I am still on the hook for jury duty, so it's possible that I may be called up again next week. So I'll just keep you posted. Fingers crossed that I'm all done. It's all sorted, and there's other people that can do it. But if not, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But you'll have a great week. Have a good weekend. Don't do anything crazy. There is a new track coming out of the library today or tomorrow if you're not in Australia. So keep your eyes out for that. It's called Aphelion. So it's sort of epic, cinematic. It's a bit more bigger, orchestral, bigger than this one. So enjoy that. Composed by Judy, yeah, hell yeah. The judge will. The judge loved it, and that he sort of got very angry at me. I bet. Oh, I bet. But thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm gonna go and find some food because it's lunchtime, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye. Bye.